And we're back, I guess, with more Bug Fables. I don't know what I was going for there, but, you know.
Bug Fables and the Everlasting Sapling.
Just pronounce it
You
all
put on
wrong.
a very bad French accent.
I wasn't even going for an accent. I was just trying to get every vowel completely wrong.
Ah, yes, that is important.
Anyway, so between last session and this one, I did a fair amount of work, including filling up on everything.
You found a leaf!
Yeah, and picked up a leaf along the way, just a regular old leaf. But
Not
I
just any
also
old leaf. On crunchy leaf.
I beat up a lot of seedlings
I can see that.
and
That's
filled
a
out
lot.
the rest of the bestiary that I simply had skipped over and not seen.
Yeah, well, it had to happen at some point.
There were a few. And
And there still are more.
yeah, these are mostly just the bosses we haven't seen yet,
Yeah.
including the secret post-game bosses.
Secret
I also
bosses.
did the bear asses quests.
Ah, good. Important to collect ye 20 bear asses. Damn it, more lore books.
Lore books aplenty.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and grab. I also went through the world and grabbed every crystal berry, extra lore book and hidden metal that there was. I can't remember now what was like outstanding out of all that.
Je ne sais. I don't know.
Alright, we're going top of the bottom shop. No, wait, fifth floor of the bottom shop. Not.
Well, you'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
That is time.
I have this bad habit of pressing buttons before I fully thought them through.
Yeah, I also fight my buttons.
Yeah.
Reflection.
Real helpful.
Wow.
All the do-nothing metals I could ever want.
Mm-hmm. If only they did something.
Just think, if I equipped them all into a single bug, I could heal 2, get 2 TP, and have, like, 2 extra defense.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you think about it, that's enough for them to, like, you know, tank the whole hit.
For the low, low price of 6 metal slots.
And them doing literally nothing every turn.
Yep. For no action value.
Mm-hmm. It's like... It's one of those things of, I think it would literally only be a good strat if you could have more badge points. But I think you kind of are maxed out on badge points.
I am maxed out on badge points. I also got the 50 the 50 discoveries reward off screen, which I think was also a crystal berry. So now we can pick up the very last of the underground metals.
Finally.
I believe that's literally every side quest done now that Lost Books is finally done. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're out of side quests until the post game.
Yep. That's okay.
It's
Gimme.
status mirror.
Status mirror.
Okay.
I mean, that's fun with the poison build. Whenever that happens. Oh, cool.
Well then.
A code we have no use for.
Yeah.
And you already knew.
And I chose not to use because, dear God, no.
Because you're allowed to have some fun. As we said in episode 1.
Yep. Also, we did get a heartberry and an iron seed. Oh wait, yeah, it was a heartberry that was the reward from the 50 discoveries. And we also got an iron seed from the merchant in Defiant Root. So we got some stat ups to apply. But I also think this is a good time to sort of reevaluate our build.
Yeah, probably the best time to do it, given that the next step is, you know, the end.
Yeah, we're coming up on like the very, very, very end game stuff, and the thing about a lot of it is that they're not. Some of them are just like alpha strikes, can be solved with alpha strikes through Ice Rain. A lot of them are endurance based.
Yeah, you're not beating Maki with that.
Let's see, there's no other rare metals, right? I feel like there should be another poison defender. Yeah. So we've got everything.
Yeah. Nothing to do now except fight the Wasp King.
So there's only one poison defender?
Allow me to check using the magic of the internet.
I could have sworn you got 2 copies of Poison Attacker and 2 copies of Poison Defender.
There are 2 copies of Poison Defender available.
Which means there's rolls after this. Or unless there's like a medal waiting like in the fire zone. No.
Probably.
No, there's medals waiting also as rewards for the Cave of Trials.
Yep.
There's 2 rolls there left waiting.
I guess it's time for the Cave of Trials then.
That's been the dilemma on my mind since I did my pre-stream prep, is like, do we go for the final boss or do we go for the Cave of Trials first? And that has not been an easy question for me to contemplate.
Okay.
Because Cave of Trials is just going to be an endurance trial. It's not something we can alpha through. Not with this very expensive build that requires a ton of items. Yeah. So we need a more sustainable strategy.
Mm-hmm. You gotta do what, 50 in a row, 50 fights in a row?
50 fights, yeah. I'm pretty sure like the medal rewards are on like 30 and 40 as well. So it's like we can't even like duck out too early.
Yeah. It's one of those things of either if the poison build seems like the one that has the easiest capability of just like,
yeah, I think
enduring out.
Yeah.
But if it's, deep in the if it's deep in the Cave of Trials, then you're kind of crap out of luck anyway.
Yeah. I think we're gonna start with a respec.
Yeah, might be.
We don't have a whole lot of like optional stuff, but we do have do have a little bit.
And you can technically change them.
I don't think we can because they weren't from stat ups. Yeah, we don't have any super HP potions, super TP potions, or MP potions because we're on RUIGEE, and so this is what we got.
Let me see.
So we get 3 extra TP. We get 4 HP to spread around, 1 attack point, and 1 defense point. And then 30 points to apply here. Yeah, might be worth a shot. All right.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, you just redo it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Let's say
2 to Kabbu, 1 to V, 1 to
Yep.
Leif. And I guess to Leif. Cool, I predicted it accurately.
Yep. That's the general idea. Well,
All right, time to trial them caves.
yeah, I guess that's what we're doing.
Is it a free trial, or is it one of those things where I have to pay after like 7 days?
It's hard to say it's a free trial when, like, the reward you get is a thorough beating.
So what you're saying is it's actually where all of my like fake accounts go to die.
Yes.
So every time you sign up for a 7-day free trial using a one-time email address, they all collectively go here.
Right. Also, the thing I forgot is that Queen Sinner disrupts the poison strat.
It sure does. Damn it and its capability of healing everything.
Yup. It's the one time it's actually just too good. Well, this is tentatively a plan. Let's try it.
It's a start. Worst case scenario, you just do it again.
I mean, it's hardest for a reason. 3 medals left in the entire world.
And 2 of them are here.
2 of them are here. 1 of them is probably in the end fire zone.
Probably.
Well...
Oh, wait. No, I bet it's not. I bet it's one you get for beating a boss.
Oh, yeah, it's a hard mode medal for the Everlasting King, isn't it?
Probably.
Sigh. Alright. We're ready. Alright, time to be extremely boring and say, taunt!
Just pissing off a bunch of holograms.
Yep.
Over and over and over again.
These holograms are so mad.
Come on, the Gaul. Good Gaul.
There we go. Again, the Gaul is the hard carry of this composition.
Oh yeah.
Still 40 more. Right, there's only 2 heals. You don't get a heal. You get 2 heals for the entire run. I think we'll take it on this one.
Yeah. Also good that that's just super easy to read.
Yeah. Thanks for the free heal. Alright, we made it to 20.
Yeah. It would be pretty...
We will go ahead and continue without the heal.
Yeah, I think you can make it to 30.
Okay.
5 attacks?
Yeah, this'll suck.
Depends on how many actually stay alive.
Oh, that only hit the 1, huh? Excuse.
Oh. Why couldn't you have done that to Kabbu? We really would have rather you just did that to Kabbu.
Not familiar with a lot of these attack patterns, as you can tell. Cool.
Stop healing.
Good. Love that for me.
Oh, God.
Well,
Gall, you have to carry on for us. Oh, cool. $80.
and for that we get a tangy berry. Also, they don't take any of your items for this, so that's pretty good.
I forgot about that. That's really nice. Okay, so we gotta make poison actually work for Leif.
Yeah. I could use the ant storage guy in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she would be good to have.
And I need slightly different items.
You also need to heal up because you're at 1.
Oh, am I? Yeah. Did get my
Just because the items don't get used doesn't mean Venus doesn't need to heal you up.
Tempted.
Oof. Boxing record not starting strong. I don't know what I can offer, as I'm still not totally familiar.
This is a tough one. And
statistically, it's gonna be like statistically the remaining poison stuff you need is behind this.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like 1 point of poison defender is what I'm missing. So.
Mm-hmm.
And that, again, doesn't do much if I can't actually, like, trigger poison reliably.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is kind of the problem, because, like... Because even if I had... Even if I just loaded up on spicy fries, that's like 15 fights I can activate poison mode on. Out of 50.
Not enough.
So maybe poison isn't the answer here.
For that one.
Shame as it is, after all this time. No, this doesn't work.
And at least you figured it out before you got like 30 battles in.
You can't do awesome blocks through, so Spiky Bot is completely useless if we do the bubble strat.
Yeah, that sucks. That majorly honks.
It sure does. Okay. Is this entire session tonight is just gonna be just theory crafting this?
I think so.
Okay, this is not it, but... I think there's something of merit here. I think we actually just focus on this guy, and we make the gall do nothing.
Yes. That sounds like on plan.
Slightly flawed, but oh good, it's those guys.
Oh, they're so fuzzy though. They're wearing little skulls.
Alright. We
Where
need
did they
enough
get skulls?
HP to taunt.
What on earth? There are no... Them's bugs. They don't have skulls. There's no skulls that small. Where'd they get the skulls?
I could not begin to tell you. Excuse me?
No! They have AoEs!
I did not know this. Oh, hell on this earth.
Oh, Gott. Gott im Himmel.
I should have
Wow.
alphaed them down.
I mean, how are you supposed to know?
Nah. Not
There's
without
like this-
having fought them extensively before, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these guys.
Oh.
Yeah, we just totally skipped these guys when we were facing the swamp last time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just downright unreasonable.
Yep.
But the plan was still the best version of itself, is the stupid thing.
It's a good plan.
2 hours already we've been at this.
Yeah. I won't lie, man. I don't know how much more I can stay.
No, I don't think we're doing another run tonight.
Yeah.
I think this is I think this is something I attempt and do off recording, or maybe
Yeah.
just like recording without commentary,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And then it will exist. It will be a
And then it
thing
will-
that exists in the world now.
yeah, but like doing it while trying to have like commentary and conversation is
Yeah.
a little bit too much of an ask.
Yeah, I think so. Oh well, c'est la vie. Must always finish with the dance.
Yeah. I mean, just the like the sounds of their like
Mhm.
the little walk chirping sound. It's very good.
Yeah, it is.
Brings me some measure of peace at these trying times.
Mm-hmm. 'Tis indeed delightful.
Yeah, that just really highlights that this is not a challenge that most people face, huh? Oh crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think it's semi-doable. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna record this like without commentary, and then like maybe we just like watch it back and record commentary for
Yeah.
it in post.
You could
Just talk
absolutely
over
do
it.
that.
Yeah, something to that effect.
Sounds like it'd be fun.
Yeah. All right then. Speaking of trials,
Welcome back to the Cavern of Trials. This has taken a long time for a variety of reasons,
So
both
many
internal and external.
So many reasons. So I did this off stream. Got to wave 30. Wave 30, we got Miracle Matter. Got to wave 40. Wave 40, we get Poison Defender. Great.
Fantastic.
Then got to these motherfuckers.
They are indeed fuckers of mothers.
Deadlander Beta in particular. Just look at this.
Yeah.
What the actual hell?
That is unfair. Deeply. I'm glad you got that heal, though.
Yeah, it's great.
For the stun.
Great with the stun. Just... Don't you hate it when you get Exaxied?
I personally love it. I play a lot of Magic the Gathering, and I have to learn to love my losses, or I would go insane.
So yeah, I got to wave 49 and had to start from the beginning. So thus began my odyssey.
Yes.
I rebuilt, tried again, and then realized that this build sucked.
Yep. It was a do-nothing build, which, I mean, there are in fact some benefits to it.
Well, it's not so much that as I realized that like I needed some extra health on Leif to make some other shenanigans happen.
Yes.
So here's the full meta list. It's scrolling by. If you want to know the whole build, you can pause and scroll through. This is what I decided on.
I mean, I could also make a list of it, and you could toss it in the doobly-doo.
Yeah, I'll probably do that actually, just because people will... Someday someone will be searching for the TUFFBUGS Cave of Trials guide, and they'll want to know.
Close enough. Yours will be close enough.
Yep. This isn't quite
Save
the full...
someone else the pain.
I also looked up some TUFFBUGS runs to kind of get the lay of the land, because they're the closest thing to this. Even though I'm not doing the full TUFFBUGS run, I am doing hardest RUIGEE mystery.
Yeah. Which is pretty close to the toughest of bugs.
Yeah, it's the only thing that really distinctly separates me is like more farm is whatever, but like frame 1 is like the super tryhard. And I'm not in for that for reasons I've discussed many times now.
Yeah. And as I said, I think in episode 1, you're allowed to have fun. This section might make you think otherwise, but you are allowed to have fun.
Yeah, this section made me question that a little bit. So, as you can probably tell, the main thing is life casting Icefall.
Yes. It's a good strat. Lots of enemies freeze. Lots are weak to ice. It kind of hits everything.
Yeah, with Cave of Trials in particular, the AoE and freezing just gives you so much value, and being able to cast it without worrying about TP is great.
Yes, indeed. And you get 2 actions with Leif right from the get-go.
Yep.
Thanks for that one bad.
Yep, strong
Got some
start.
taunt action going on.
Yeah, the other part of this is that Kabbu is exclusively defense tank with deep taunting. And that's my main source of defense debuff through this run, which is very important. Although, as you'll see repeatedly, I sometimes forget to do that first.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of the strongest strategy for Cave of Trials.
Yeah. There may be other strategies, but you know what? This is the one that works for you.
Well, like, but even like other players who tackle this, you know, the full TUFFBUGS challenge, they're like, yeah, it's Icefall. It gets you through most things except like the Deadlanders at the very end.
Yeah. But nothing gets you through the Deadlanders.
Nope. There is actually just no counter. They're just huge walls of beef.
They're just mean, and some of them are lean, and one of them is green. And they're all motherfuckers from outer space.
Yep.
Hello. Hello, those 6 of you who get that reference.
I'm not one of them, I'm afraid.
The final song from the film version of, oh my god, why can't I think? Little Shop of Horrors.
Ah, that would explain it.
Yes. The delightful one from the, oh god, was it the 80s or 90s? I can't remember for the life of me when it came out, but yeah, the final song is called Mean Green Mother from Outer Space. Very fun to watch. That movie is a treat. I also really like the show. Alan Menken did the music for it, which is wild to me.
Interesting.
I don't know why, but like, yeah, it's the guy behind a lot of Disney movies. Also did that. He wrote a whole song about being in the waiting room for a masochistic dentist, and it's great. I sing it to myself sometimes when I'm bored.
I find that like the really prolific artists rarely stick to like rarely let themselves be typecast in any particular way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of forgetting to taunt first.
That is the thing that kept some of these bugs alive.
Yep, I probably would have gotten a lot more value. So I'm using a bunch of badges that I don't normally use in this build. Notably, I'm not using either of the HP cores. Instead, I'm using both of the Victory Buzz stuff, which is... I don't consider very useful in, like, normal dungeon crawling, but in this, it's huge value.
Yeah. It's a little bit of health and a little bit of TP in between 50 fights.
Yep. And I'm also using the do nothing heal badges on Leif because he's doing the life cast thing. So him being able to just decide is like, I have 4 more points of resources is pretty great.
Yep. Yeah. And here, just like a few videos ago, we were talking about how useless they were.
Yeah, no, I've been eating crow this entire endeavor.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, I don't think you're wrong. I think, as you said, for the majority of fights, not terribly helpful.
Yeah.
For this one, though.
For this particular challenge, yeah. And maybe the boss rush and the random modes maybe, but I'm not gonna do the boss rush, like the super boss rushes and random mode stuff. This was enough.
Yeah. Once again, a taunt that comes a turn too late.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about my brain, is just I run entirely on impulse and just hope that my preparation just kind of carries it out.
Mm-hmm.
I hate strategies that involve very rigid sequencing. Which is kind of why card games kind of elude me sometimes.
I get that. I'm literally the exact opposite. If I don't have the exact right button presses, I get really like, I don't know what to do anymore.
I will... Oh, here we are. Here's where the real challenges start, is that thief in the back there.
Yes, the first AoE enemy.
Enemies with AoEs you can't deal with.
It's just basically the situation of if Kabbu's taunt doesn't get rid of it, then that's a problem.
Yep. Because both Leif and V are partial glass cannons. They both have a power exchange, then they both have a last attack.
Mm-hmm.
They are and V's on a hard charge kind of light build with the ADPP enhancer. They're not fully min-maxed, but they both have enough tools that I decided I needed them both to be on damage when I needed them to be.
Yeah.
You'll notice a lot of the time V just gives her turn to Leif because I want another ice fall and just, you know, get rid of it. But there are also times where I'm just like, I need that hurricane strike.
Something needs to die like yesterday.
That's kind of the major innovation of this particular build over the previous attempts, was that I took some of the glass cannon pressure off of Leif and put it onto V. Kabbu's been on deep taunt the entire time. Every attempt.
Yeah. Yes. Although this time he's no longer dealing damage via it.
Oh yeah, I had to take off like spiky bod and stuff like that to make room for all the other stuff. Like taking off stuff that I would have thought that I'd never take off, and putting on stuff that I thought I would never put on.
Yeah.
That said, the status resistance medals are still useless.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say the one thing that probably would have been funnier is if you added the last medals that were quote unquote useless and just like, you know, the one that makes everything unbelievable.
I would have annoyed the hell out of myself if I...
So smooth.
We're gonna take a hit, yeah.
Yeah, this is first rock hit, because forgot taunt. And...
Yeah, I got sloppy on this turn, and that's what happens when when it doesn't come together. So, alpha striking the AoE dealers is 100% required, because otherwise it just wrecks the entire party.
It really, really does.
And even if you like stack on HP pluses so that it doesn't wreck the entire party, then you don't have enough like power to end the fight quick enough that...
Yeah. It's an endurance battle.
Yeah.
You don't run a marathon the same way you run a 100-meter dash. Look at that! It's taking
So,
what, 10 minutes, 12 minutes? And we're already through the 10th battle.
Yeah, how much longer could it possibly take?
How much longer could it possibly take? Don't look at the runtime.
Don't look at the... The fact that it's hardest, which means everyone has like 15 to 30% more HP and an extra point of defense, means this takes so much longer on this run than other runs.
It really does.
It's... And every fight is just like driving over constant speed bumps.
Yep.
Even when it's not like particularly threatening, because, you know, Taunt's got... Kabbu can handle most attacks that are single target. And, you know, even on the fights where I can take it kind of more chill, it's still just like, okay, how do I end this? Do I get to end this turn? No? Okay, here we go.
No. Alright, well, let's see if we survive then.
I will say, if you want to, like, really get yourself familiarized with all of the enemy's attack patterns, there's really no substitute for the Cave of Trials.
I mean, you're fighting literally everything that's not a boss, so yes. It'd be weird if it didn't work like that.
I know I'm stating the bleeding obvious.
Oh, goodness. Oh, these roaches and their hologram battles exist for some reason.
We still have no idea why they built this.
No, it's not even like a Colosseum type situation, which would make at least a little sense, like entertainment-wise. This is a cave in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, this was some roach's private training simulator or something.
Oh my god, are we in someone's VR?
Yeah, we're in someone's VR cave, yeah.
Okay, we need to find the Beat Saber copy in here somewhere.
Bug Saber.
Bugs. It's not even that many letters away from Bug Fables.
No.
Oh god, what was I gonna say? The other thing I do find really neat about this build is that it is, thanks to the victory buzzes and the do nothing heals, it's really light on the TP and like item usage.
Yeah, I managed to avoid using items through most of the entire run thanks to the fact that I'm just replenishing everything. And the fact that I'm doing that without HP cores is the part that blows my mind. It's like, well no, but I guess if they're because like I think on a previous run I did have HP cores on, but I was like, no, the buzzes are actually doing just fine.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like the HP cores are nice, but you know, if you don't take damage in the first place, they kind of don't matter.
Yeah. And if like half your party works better at a low HP anyway.
Yeah. Yes, just, hey, I get stronger when I'm nearly dead, so please don't let me heal.
Last attack and last block are kind of astonishing.
Really good.
Also, as ever, the Gall's importance cannot be overstated.
Oh, absolutely not. Without the Gall, we are nothing.
Setting things up so that the Gall can take things out, so that there's one less enemy action, is just super value. And the fact that
in the same way that
the fact that the Gall is optional blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like almost not really optional. Like. In that sense, is like, it's a permanent upgrade to your entire party. You're gonna get this.
Yeah. You know, it's like going through a game of Final Fantasy and being like, do you want the summons or not?
Let me think
sure,
about
Knights
this.
of the Round takes like 30 minutes to play through, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
And helpful.
Yeah. Does it have a function? Does it get the job done?
Does it get the job done? And the answer is usually yes. But what I was gonna say is the Gall is to damage what the victory buzzes are to HP, especially in this situation.
Yeah.
Just like consistent chip damage / healing.
Yeah, just an extra bit of number in a very low number environment. Like, I'm not doing, like, crazy amounts of damage, even with Leif's Icefall.
But it doesn't need to be. That, by the way, is a prime example of why taunts is important, but also, some of these enemies you can't really hit with Leif as is.
Yeah.
So you can't have Kabbu be useless in a fight.
Yeah, I like the value of flipping things over, but those opportunities come pretty rarely. I think like dash through is like the one move that Kabbu kind of has that is really worthwhile after all the defense exchanges I've given him.
Yeah. Now for the enemies that require it.
Yeah, enemies that have state changes like this, especially after damage, are pretty annoying for this build.
Yep.
Because they just will not allow you to deal with them all at once.
Nope. This is consistency. These are the consistency breakers.
And that did no damage because of his exhaustion just piled up too high.
Damn, that attack is still so fast.
Yeah, you basically, as soon as they, like, stop moving the frame they are right beneath, you just gotta block right then. I wonder if it would have been better for you to give that move to Leif and then have Leif do nothing. Or I could just give it to the golem and be done with it.
True, but that would have healed Leif a little bit. And then
Yeah, but that would also put him out of last attack range.
Well, sure, but so does the healing between victory buzz.
True.
Unless it triggers midway through. I don't know if it does.
I think it does, actually. I think it does, if you use an attack that spends health and it puts you in the red, you get that bonus, I believe.
Oh. Okay, then yeah, that was the correct choice. As was destroying those lads.
Yeah.
Those are the lads that need destroying.
Yeah. These guys with the shuriken are so incredibly non-threatening compared to the other two bandits.
Much like a white kid with a shuriken.
Yeah.
You can safely ignore him. I say this as a white guy who owns way too many shuriken. By the way,
from experience.
More than one is too many shuriken.
Yeah. I had a friend whose dad was all about throwing knives.
Oh man. I want to say like cringe, but at the same time I'm like, I really also want to learn how to throw knives.
Well, like the trick is that you get knives that are weighted in such a way that they most often end blade first.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. But I've tried with pocket knives, and that's a bad idea.
No.
I've also tried to learn how to use a butterfly knife to poor effect.
Yeah,
You're learning a lot about how I, at one point, basically wanted to be a circus performer.
I mean, I kind of get that, honestly.
Who doesn't want to run away to the circus? Rasputin from Psychonauts, that's who.
The one character who was an inversion of a very old trope that most people don't remember anymore.
Yes, because circuses are extinct, basically. At least in the traditional sense. I guess Cirque du Soleil is still pretty consistently performing.
It's like the one people might know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure they still know of Barnum and Bailey, they just don't think anybody goes to it.
Oh, this got existential for a second there.
It sure did. It's a weird thing to happen to talk about circuses.
Like, clowns are still very much in the public consciousness, but, like, circuses.
I think the last piece of media I played, not the most recent mine, but the last piece of media that I did play that involved a circus was Phoenix Wright Justice for All.
Oh, God.
The most recent is definitely
you mean the worst case of that game?
Okay, I'm going to say something slightly controversial here, and that is, I think that case gets a worse rap than it deserves. I still think it's got a lot of problems.
It's got a lot of problems.
The most prominent of which is the absolutely buck wild decision to have two grown-ass men fighting over a 16-year-old for her hand in marriage. That is why. But I think it has some of the most, like, it has some really compelling characters otherwise. Like, Mo the Clown is a really weirdly compelling character for as annoying as he is. Max Galactica has a lot of interesting things going on. Like, I don't know of much media I can think of where, like, the arrogant asshole character is like, yeah, I'm doing it because I respect our craft. I'm insulting these people because I know they can do better. Like, it's full-fledged belief, and I find it very interesting. The villain of that case is, like, just goddamn, like, he's so good. And then there's fucking Ben. Yeah. I hate Ben Woodman. There is not a single thing I like about him, which is wild because he's probably the most written to be the most sympathetic, but I read him as just like, this dude is an asshole.
Yeah, I think it just needed a couple, maybe another pass in a number of ways. I think like structurally it's pretty like repetitive in the way you just keep going back and talking to the same people over and over.
Oh yeah, no, it suffers some of the worst aspects of like the old Phoenix Wright map system, where you have to go to this place, so you can go to this place, so you can go to this place, so you can talk to that person who'll tell you, hey, you need to go over here. And a lot of the like reasons you have to go to places are like irrelevant. Like it doesn't make any logical sense. It's like, oh, you have to meet Mo in the kitchen twice, despite the fact that his room is a heavily like visited area in the first half of the case. But if you don't go to the kitchen for no discernible reason, then you're screwed.
Anyway, enjoy me whiffing needle sauce.
Oof, yeah. Again, that's why you gotta practice throwing knives.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I've got no...
Full circle, baby!
No experience. Too busy blocking nuts being thrown in my face.
Yeah. Something phrasing.
I knew what I said.
I know. I appreciate it. You went at it with gusto.
Yep. Anyway, back to our Phoenix Wright podcast.
I just with the release of the new game, or the new collection of old games.
The new remastered collection, yeah.
Yes, the one where I like. It really makes me go like, come on, y'all can. The Greatest Attorney did good. Y'all can do the Miles Edgeworth investigation games too, right? You can do them both. You can finally see the second one here in the States, please.
Yeah.
I swear, I'm not like the Mother fans.
We're cool. We're chill.
We're cool. We're cool. We can handle it. I know there's a really popular fan translation that's available online, but I really want to play the like official one with like Jaded Sue wrote, because she's great, and so is the rest of the localization team.
Yeah.
I don't care that mechanically it kind of sucks. I really want to see more of Edgeworth and a crew.
We all want to spend more time with Edgeworth, and
we all want to spend more time with Edgeworth. And I like Kay. She's a really cool little assistant character.
Yeah, as the like, you know, mandatory cute girl assistants go, she's pretty up there.
Yeah. Lotta Hart comes back, and she plays like a really important role.
Yeah.
I love Lotta Hart.
A lot of good callbacks and cameos in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes too much, but also like. There's a point where it goes like too far and then comes out the other side of being like, all right, everybody.
Okay.
It's Game Master Anthony's birthday. Everyone, come on in.
Yeah. Yes. Oh goodness. But yeah, since the new collection came out, I've been replaying the old one, and I have very strong opinions. I think people give Justice for All, Justice for All more flack than it deserves. I'm not saying it deserves no flack, because boy does that game deserve some flack, but
I think it kind of the very noticeable Case 3 syndrome is more pronounced because Case 4 is phenomenal.
Yeah, Case 4 is like one of the best in the entire franchise.
Like,
I think it also kind of... Go ahead.
I should have attacked there, but I instead did nothing, and now I'm paying for it. Anyway, you were saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think the biggest thing that it sort of suffers from is that, like, Game 1 has a really clear through line. Game 2 has a really clear through line, like, with the plot. And so the cases that aren't related to it feel like, in games 1 and 2, or 1 and 3, it's like, the cases that aren't related to this particular plot, they kind of stink, but like the overarching action of it all is really cool. Game 2, its overarching plot is more like a theme.
Yeah.
It's like Edgeworth's disappearance, which is just commented on a lot, but never actually like followed up on, aside from, you know, when he actually comes back.
Case 4 feels like the return of, like, the main plot, which people are really invested in, so, yeah, it also gets a lot of focus for that reason, too.
Yeah. Like, Case 1 is a weak, Case 1 is a really weak, like, amnesia story that it's just 2 characters and one of the, like, weakest villains.
Now, personally, I actually really like the sort of, like, standalone story, work-a-day Phoenix Wright stories.
Yeah.
I definitely think they can be some of the weaker, but it's also like, oh yeah, this is a bigger world than just, like, our particular court story.
Yeah. No, Maggie is a fantastic character. I love Maggie Bird. And I think the whole situation she's got going on in that first case is really fun. I love there's a lot about that case I do like. I just think the villain is kind of an absolute joke. He's just kind of like a mix of the worst characters or worst aspects of characters from the first game.
Yeah.
He's Wendy Oldbag, but as a hipster.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wow, that crystallized some feelings for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like he doesn't even have the like benefit of like, oh well, you know, Wendy's been around a while, like that's just how old people are sometimes. Like him, he's just like, this kid just sucks.
This kid is starting to suck and will continue to suck.
Yeah. Maybe he deserves jail time. I thought before even learning he had committed a crime.
If you're wondering why we're just talking about random nonsense, it's because this is our second attempt at recording this. I feel like this is a good time to disclose that. We've
been talking about Phoenix Wright for like 20 minutes because 2 weeks ago we tried to record this and it went badly.
Yeah. So most of the insights about the Chikeva trials and this build and the difficulties of the various stages and fights have already been spent.
Yeah. There's still aspects that we can absolutely talk about, but like, I won't lie, I've had a long day, so like my brain is not 100% on like what are the good questions to ask here.
Yeah, it's been a long week on my end as well, but it always is because I'm in a constant state of survival. So.
Yeah.
So
speaking of survival, we should probably drink some water.
Oh yeah, hydrate. There's no chat to tell us to hydrate, but we'll do it anyway.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely need to hydrate.
So yeah, it's if it's not an AoE enemy, it's not super threatening to this party. Like those round 22, those crawler guys, they have a scream attack that hits the entire party and it's devastating.
Yeah.
So
the big guy can throw rocks, right? The one you froze?
Big guy can throw a rock, but I think it's just to one person.
I could have sworn he had some kind of AoE. I never noticed how, like, sad he looks frozen. He's like, oh, why did this happen to me?
How could this happen to me?
Oh, now he's out in Angie. I always thought of that as, like, 2 pairs of eyes, but now I'm seeing it as, like, eyes and eyebrows.
Those are the angry eyebrows.
Just that bear face planting into the sticky notes.
Yep. Murdering so many cute creatures.
Yes. How many of them have actually been turned into marketable plushies? I feel like only Kabbu. Or am I confusing that with the Bug Ranger plushie?
They actually just recently announced a new makeshift campaign, I think, for Tangerine.
Oh my god, of course.
And the other one, the girl one whose name I forget.
Was it like Cherry? Cerise!
Cerise, yeah. They have just started a campaign for those two as a pair of plushies.
Yes. Okay, so they did Kabbu, Leif, and V, and before them they did Mothiva and Zasp. Wow, Tangerine is 100%, 111% funded, and Cerise is only 72%. Wow.
Hey, that's unfair. That should be a set. Come on.
It should be a set. The set of them is $65. Like I'm not gonna say that's not a lot of money, but like, it's a reasonable price for a pair of cute bugs.
Yeah.
Ah, goodness. Oh no, that's not. I scrolled down on the makeshift campaign and got the message from the creator, and it says if you'd like to see their previous journey, click here, and there's no link.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
I remember these big hulking bugs giving me a lot of trouble in my first campaign, but like we literally never ran into them in this run, and for this build, they're not actually super threatening.
No.
Because that's it. That's the most he does.
Yep. It's a big attack, but it's not that scary.
But you have to do the Teep Taunt every time this time.
Yeah.
Because 3 defense is too much.
You will just not hurt them. Do you see the size of that absolute unit? The maddest of lads.
There's a lot of units in this game. Tell you what.
There are.
Which is weird considering that like canonically they're the size of like your fingertip or something.
Yeah. I mean, some bugs get pretty big.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in terms of most of the major players here.
True. Like bees rarely get larger than maybe like an inch.
Yeah, and just not super threatening, but boy, do they have a lot of health and defense.
Yeah.
I'm mainly including the entire Cave of Trials because I kind of want to. For one thing, I want to show my bona fides. I want to show that I did the entire thing and dealt with each challenge in a particular way.
Yeah.
And
bona fides.
So that if I had to suffer through this, so does everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
At least not every attempt, but. Okay, I do kind of like how like the really big guys they're so ponderous in their jumps.
Yes.
I think it's genuinely like very cute.
It is very cute. The boing. It feels like the boing sound.
Especially when you block it right and it just, you know, you feel like you prevented something really like catastrophic.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, this guy has a charge that goes through the entire party when he gets low on health, yeah. Can't have that.
Nope, needs to die, like yesterday.
Yeah. Except that the only option I have is to have Kabbu poke him.
Yep. Quick, Kabbu, lift.
Oh wait, no, it's just through one person, so it's fine.
Ah, yes. It's just through Kabbu. It's okay. He's just dead.
A rare death for Kabbu.
Yes. So, those big guys, the ones that pick up the rock, were horrifying. They're called the Bellastos.
Oh, yeah,
named
yeah.
after the Bellastomatidae, which is the giant water bugs. The biggest of which get pretty dang big, actually. biggest one is about the size of like your middle finger, so a good 2-3 inches.
I'm not here to underestimate like how big and terrifying a bug can get. Okay.
Yeah. No, I know. They're also known as the toe biters, electric light bugs, and alligator ticks. So yeah, most species are less than an inch in length, but most species are at least 0.8 of an inch long. Which is pretty scary.
Yeah, that's something.
I say scary as though I'm not an absolute fan of these bugs.
That's scary to me. You don't have to convince me.
Mm-hmm. Love bugs.
I'm just not a huge fan of bugs at all.
From what I remember, you're not a fan of animals.
No, period. Not in general, but bugs in particular have the property of many of them being able to like appear next to my ear with sudden sounds, and that's not good.
Yeah, that's fair. The bug's ability to teleport is, in fact, one of the scariest things about them.
At least in terms of perception.
Yes. There's one thing I know about bugs, is that they've mastered Star Trek levels of technology.
I mean, according to Bug Fables, they kind of have. They're getting close at any rate. I mean,
yes. Well, specifically the roaches. Everybody else is trying to catch back up.
Yeah.
You know what only just occurred to me? Bug Fables is an apocalypse after an apocalypse.
Oh yeah, no, it's a double post-poc.
That literally never occurred to me. It's like, oh yeah, Bug Fables is the apocalypse after the apocalypse and right before a third apocalypse.
Yeah.
Or at least attempted apocalypse.
Yeah, preventing a third, yeah. I think the only like layers of apocalypse that I can think of off the top of my head that goes deeper is probably Nier Automata.
Yeah. I think Nier in general.
Yeah, Nier in general, of course, but like I mean, especially because you can include like several Jack-and-Guards in there.
Yes. Yes. Probably all of them, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
I took a break here to check to make sure that I was safe to use my free heals here.
Yeah, because, obviously you can't heal after 50, because you're
no.
done.
Yeah, so just after 30 and 40, and that's it.
Yep. That's the free heals. Saves you a whole, like, I don't know, 2 turns.
Yeah, weirdly, the free heals didn't actually... Because I've optimized my sustainability so hard on this build, the actual free heals don't do much for me.
No?
Like, great, I'm back from 8 to 11, great.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be back down there any second now, so...
Yep. Yeah. I mean... So, something I was thinking about earlier is with regards to the HP cores versus, like, the victory buzzes. The HP core is what? Like, +2 health to a single character?
+2 health every 2 turns.
2 health every 2 turns. So... That's nice, but the victory buzz, it takes 6 turns for an HP core to match up with 1 victory buzz.
Yep, in terms of raw value, absolutely. And especially because, you can end a few of these fights in just 1 turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
especially the early ones.
The Zombeetles here are another major threat because they have a couple of turn wipe AoE.
Yeah, they got several AoEs.
So these are the other ones to watch out for.
They're also just big, nasty dudes.
Yeah. 2 defense, over 20 HP. Yeah, it's not great.
Just grody. Don't like him.
By comparison,
The fungus that's infecting them, totally fine with. It's the boys themselves. I'm not a fan.
it's how they choose to use the host they're given.
Yes. But yeah, those bees are not threatening at all because all they do is poke. In this particular case, Kabbu, and always Kabbu.
Yeah, and their big trick is that, oh man, I poked twice. Isn't that crazy?
I can attack you more than once. Said the beetle in round, or said the bee in round 33. Sorry, I'm just now I am picturing like a boxing match where the announcer's like, my God, he punched.
That Discord ate all of that. I'm so sorry.
Treating it like that's some sort of amazing secret technique.
Discord ate
no
all
worries,
of that. Yeah.
No worries. I was just saying. I was imagining. Thanks to that sidebar, I was picturing a boxing match where the announcer was like, my God, he punched twice! Like it's some sort of anime secret technique.
Yeah.
Damn it, it is an anime secret technique. It's just if you punch twice in the same instant, it's considered special. Oh. The Black Flash in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yep. I mean... Anime and Power Fantasy is really all about, like, hyping up, like, the simplest change of thinking. You know,
yeah,
the simplest trick that someone doesn't see coming. And
true,
I love it for that,
true.
honestly, because, like...
Yeah.
As
That's why JoJo fights are so great.
Yeah. Like, JoJo's almost the pure form of that, of just like...
I have to defeat somebody without turning around. That is the concept of this particular fight. I can't turn around even once.
Yep. Surprisingly, the wasps are not super threatening in this meta.
No. They've just got a pointy stick or some knives.
But as long as they're going for literal tank Kabbu.
Yeah. Yep, as long as Kabbu's the one getting hit, it really just doesn't matter.
Also making making occasional but fairly good use out of V's needle skills in this,
Yeah.
Because whenever you need to, like, break through defense and just deal some guaranteed damage, the needles are great for that.
It deals static damage.
And if you have any, like, any charge or attack up, they're even better.
Mm-hmm.
So V's kind of my pinch hitter when the bombardment doesn't quite work out.
Yes. So, turns out when an aerial raid doesn't work, sometimes it's good to send in a single agent with some knives.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Just like in an actual war.
Mortar fire and assassinations. That's...
Cool! Can we change our name to Team Warcrime?
The prisoners are also another enemy that, like, I remember being more threatening than they kind of turned out to be in this run, especially. But, like, there's also a big bandit and a thief on this team, so I gotta keep those locked down no matter what.
Yeah. A lot of gross dudes on this one.
Yeah. Also, this is kind of we're kind of past the point where I start realizing, like, oh yeah, I can just freeze a single person with Frigid Coffin, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to roll the dice as much on just Icefall. One day I'll remember to do taunt first. It's not this day.
One day. One day.
Like, on a normal run, like, defense down would be pretty, like, oh geez, I'm gonna be taking extra damage, but on this run, it's like, okay, you've actually managed to crack Kabbu's armor, great. He's still blocking for 0 or 1.
Good work, you've hit a wall. Yeah, I think the biggest thing about the prisoners is just that the fact that they can charge feels like cheating.
But the fact that they always charge is just like, why not just give them 1 point of extra attack or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you do it for aesthetics.
That's true. It tells a story more than anything.
Yeah. I think the big thing about it is that it's kind of like in Pokemon when you see an AI trainer using swords and dance. You're pretty sure it's not gonna do anything, but if you know anything about like the pro scene, then you're suddenly terrified.
Yeah. I barely know a damn thing about the competitive scene, and yeah.
Like, you know the AI is not going to take advantage of it the same way, but it's still there in the back of your head that this isn't going to be bad.
I think we've talked about it before in this playthrough, but competitive Pokemon is still, like, academically interesting to me.
Oh yeah, no, it's really neat. Can't do a damn thing with it, but it's very neat. And when I say can't do a damn thing with it, I mean me specifically. Obviously, people are doing just fine with it.
Oh yeah. Well, like it's like a lot of like the major options have kind of metastasized into certain like tools, and then there's people who are like doing the lab work to try and like find alternatives.
Yeah.
But like the actual number of like actual like options are lower than the entire scope of Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure like the standard tier list for any of the games is less than the like, obviously, in Game 1, it's less than the amount of Pokemon because you can't have a set of all sets.
Yeah.
But I think, like, even now, the list of Pokemon that are good in the, like, Tier 1 of the meta is still less than 150.
Yeah.
And obviously that changes all the time because it's based on moves and stats and abilities and just so much.
Yeah. But like, you know, once I had my game designer friend explain to me it's chess, then you know, it's just check and checkmate, then that it made more intuitive sense to me.
Yeah. Man, I play a lot of chess. And it's gonna be so hard for me to not be like Charizard. The people I play with are gonna be very confused.
Not exactly, because it's not like a grand like, you know, board move, you know, strategy. It's just more in the sense of like, yeah, everything dies in 1 or 2 hits. Yeah, that's the point. What? Oh.
Yeah. It's first turn advantage is one of the big parts, and then that's why speed is important, that's why abilities are important, that's why setup is key, and why God, there's a strat that I find so funny that is banned because it's so mean. There's a way to take a slow bro, I think in Gen 4 and onward, and just make it so that your opponent can't actually do anything. But also you can't win either. It just sort of locks the game forever.
Hell yeah.
It's God, what are the 4 moves? It's Heal Pulse, Recycle, and I don't remember what the other 2 are, but it's basically a move that heals both the slow bro and the opposing Pokemon, combined with a berry that restores power points, and a move that lets you recycle a used item. And it's just it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The opponent will get to the point where they're struggling, and you keep healing them with Heal Pulse, so it doesn't matter.
We're gonna stay here forever.
You and me, we're in the... Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Yeah.
Man, that dude has so much health.
Yeah, it's not super threatening, but like, it's this huge roadblock.
Yeah. It's fighting a giant sloth. Like, you're not super worried about it. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah. And it's more like the things that are around it are like you need to kind of deal with those too, without ignoring the big guy.
Yeah. You can't ignore it. You also can't not ignore it.
Which, like, I mean, I think that's just... That's decent. That's decent,
good
like,
enemy.
RPG encounter design.
Yeah.
You have big guy and you have the support guys.
Yeah. Always kill the healer.
Exactly.
Unless the healer is the big guy, in which case you're probably in a really bad spot.
We got problems.
Because the 2 options there are either your party is weaker than the most piddly white mage, or
they've finally wised up and given the white mage a lot of armor and a big ass gun.
Yes. I sort of joked, sort of was like, this might be an interesting idea for like a world building thing. Was that like magic can only be used by those who've experienced its effects, which means that like a white mage has to have experienced the injury they are healing before they can actually use the magic, which brought up very interesting points about, wait, what does that mean for a revival spell?
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, oh, every white mage in this setting is absolutely traumatized, but it's also a setting where you do not want to fuck with a white mage.
It turns out in order to heal, you have to actually master death. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Necromancy is very similar, as it turns out.
Yep.
I'm healing you, but slowly.
Oh, right, I should have taunted.
Oh, yeah. The thing that keeps happening. Hey,
The
kids, count along at home. How many times has Spud forgotten to taunt?
Oh, geez, someone's gonna go through the entire 2 hours and count every time. Don't. I implore you, spend better uses of your time today. You've got options, you've got things you can do.
You hear that? Spend better time today. Tomorrow, however, is open for you.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess 16 times. That's my guess.
Honestly, I think you're lowballing it. As the person who actually did it, I think that's low.
I can't help that I think very highly of you, Spud.
Oh, you're too kind. Gosh, it is nice just to see a whole bunch of them freeze at once, though. Tell you what.
It's so nice. I love everybody being encased in a block of ice. Especially because, again, they're holograms.
They must have some physicality, or else this wouldn't hurt so much.
I guess, but at the same time, like, you clearly leave having not eaten any of your items.
But if you so if we're talking about gameplay of ludonarrative indicators, yes, you get your items back, but if you get knocked out, you are left at 1 HP on all characters.
So what I'm getting is this is actually a battle in the mind. Because it still knocks you out, but you don't actually use any of your physical items. So clearly this is just digging into your brain, and given the cordyceps thing, we know that roach technology can clearly do this.
Oh god.
So clearly we're just...
Invisible data cordyceps.
So clearly this is all in the various bugs' mind, which has just amazing implications for the fact that the gall is present and accounted for. The gall is sapient, which I am down for.
Yeah. The gall is a willing participant in all this.
Oh yeah. Does have some interesting implications and / bad ones about the chompers we meet outside of this, but you know what? We'll ignore it for right now.
Yeah, maybe in like a hypothetical sequel, the chompers are like sapient citizens.
Yeah. In the immortal words of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, leaving a lot of questions that don't need to be answered.
Oh, 40!
Hooray! You get $40 for your trouble.
Now for the real stuff. Just the biggest, beefiest boys.
Yep. Last 10 rounds, all beef.
Yep.
Call this a Wendy's, because this beef is squaring up. I don't know. That was one of the worst puns I've ever thrown out.
Look, while you were saying that, I was desperately trying to assemble a none pizza left beak joke. So, we're in this together.
I have dog bark. I might need to mute for a moment.
All right, just keep it running. I'll hold down the fort. Oh man. Yeah, the really annoying part of this one is just like these armored shell guys just completely impose a drastic order of operations that I don't want to deal with. And by themselves, they don't do much of this party. They just make you go, well, deal with me. And meanwhile, I'm worried about the robber and the big zombie beetle back there.
No,
yeah, no, I'm just.
Bark, but dog no longer bark.
I don't think it got
that
picked up anyway, but
more. That sounded like a terrible euphemism.
Eh.
Uh-oh.
Well, this turn's gonna suck.
Ping is at 5,000 milliseconds.
Uh-oh. And big hit.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm back. My ping dropped to like 5,000 for a second.
Dang. Well, welcome back. We just took a big hit from a zombie beetle.
Yes, I saw. Wow, my video quality just dropped massively. Still playing though, so. Must be the time of the night where my internet starts going out. Oh no, Leif!
Yeah, this one...
This feels like...
This one nearly got away from me,
this was
but...
a scary moment.
Thankfully, with TP saver and whatnot on Kabbu, I can...
You can reliably pep talk.
Yep. don't even need to spend much in the way of miracle seeds or shakes.
But you could, if you wanted to.
I'm gonna have to save those.
Yep. Well, I mean, how much more is there to save? You're almost at the end.
Yeah, it's only 9 more fights.
Only.
Thank goodness for the between fight revives as well.
Yeah, no, if you didn't get that, I think this would... It wouldn't be impossible, but it would be challenging enough that it kind of feels like it wouldn't be worth it.
You'd basically just have to stock all revives all the time.
Yeah, it's just this strat plus revives.
Well, okay. With this build, we'd have enough TP in general to start the round with a pep talk. But it would make everything take longer because you're spending time on sustain rather than taunt and damage.
Yeah. The thing is, with how hard these enemies hit, I feel like you just end up doing pep talk every turn.
Yeah, it can definitely lead to a spiral of sustain, which is definitely not a thing that happens later.
Yeah, that doesn't happen at all. I actually think we're at the point where we realized what happened last time, so...
Yeah, we're in relatively new territory, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're still still recording. It's still saying that we're doing
Good.
it. So
good.
yeah, we're in the clear this time.
Yeah, I think it says a lot that we're like on fight 42 of 50, and there's still almost like half this video.
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
It's this. I don't know how much close attention you've been paying to my item inventory, but
yeah,
there's some. I've made some preparations.
Yes, I saw.
Okay.
Brief as it was, I saw.
Yeah, I figured it'd be hard to miss. Because I figured if this is going to be like my last hurrah hardest run, I might as well.
Yeah. So that's why you had, like, you know, all those shakes, donuts, and a gun.
Yeah. Oh, just so much beef. And
It's not even that they're like the heaviest hitters, they're just the beefiest lads.
Yeah. Like, the numbers in this game are so calibrated so that the fights, like, take the right amount of time, more or less. You know, it's like, once you figure out the trick to them and the challenge to them, you're more or less fine. And then hardest just, like, cranks it up just over the line.
It's definitely one of those things of I think it's a prime example of why number go up isn't always a great strat.
Yeah, sometimes more health is not. I mean, actually, no, that's a very common criticism. It's just like, oh, look at this health bar. It's a huge sponge.
Yep, it's big. We're not doing anything else with it, but it's big.
That's why enemy and boss design is under such scrutiny nowadays, is because we've all dealt with so much of that.
Yeah. That and people are just really, really weird about, like, video game criticism.
That's true, yeah. I don't dig the sense of entitlement a lot of gamers have about the challenges they face.
Yeah.
I am salty about this still, though.
Oh no, very understandable.
But I also did this to myself, so I have to have some humility about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's one of those things of like, I don't think the frustration is less valid, but there we go, another taunt.
Yeah, another
17 now. That's my guess. But I don't think the frustration that people feel is like not valid or anything like that. I just think it's often misplaced.
Yeah.
I mentioned this in like a different like chat group kind of thing of like the human brain is really good at identifying stuff it doesn't like.
Oh yeah.
Really bad about justifying it.
Oh yeah, that's been a common refrain of like dealing with criticism and whatnot, is just like the customer is right about what they don't like. They are completely wrong about why.
Yeah.
And
well,
that I've heard that for both like games and writing.
Yeah. It's not even that. It's sometimes the critics are like they understand that they don't like it and they will just guess as to why.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it's all I can do.
Yeah. It's for like as I've mentioned in these recordings multiple times, I am a fan of Magic the Gathering. It is a hyperfixation of mine, and one that I have recently like hardcore fallen back into.
Yeah.
And I have problems with Magic the Gathering and the current like business model and a whole bunch of other stuff. But like the designers are doing, there's a lot of good work going on. And Mark Rosewater, the lead designer, bless the man. He has the patience of a fucking saint.
Yeah.
He consistently answers like negative and like asks for responses on his Tumblr about like, hey, did you enjoy, like, did you like this set? Why? He finds the why do people actually not like this about everything.
Yeah.
Like he really digs for that underlying actual criticism.
Yeah, I've got nothing but respect for Rosewater, and honestly, talking about just a completely different work I was doing, Aaron's Last Day at the Grifflands mod. One of my game designer friends sent me his articles on the Magic website, on the Magic blog about design skeletons, and that was critical to me being able to make that mod.
Yeah.
Like I owe that man a debt for being able to work on some of the stuff I've done. So like I have a lot of respect for his insight and perspective on things.
Yeah. Amazing for a former like birthday party magician / writer for Roseanne.
What? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But that's perfect.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's one of my favorite gags from a Spice 8 Rack video is he has a video he did on the like unsets, which are Magic's comedy sets.
Yeah.
And he got an interview with Mark Rosewater, and it said underneath, not like head designer, not like writer, none of his credits. It said former birthday party magician.
Oh my god.
Which is just perfect.
Oh my gosh. That fills out the picture so perfectly.
It really does.
There's a portrait of a life there that fills the rest of the way in with that knowledge.
It really does.
Oh,
goodness.
Thank you for bringing that joy into my life.
You're welcome. I'm always happy to share fun stories.
Oh man. Anyway, these are the only enemies we haven't identified because they're the fire variants in the like one place we haven't been. We'll be seeing them shortly.
Yep. And by shortly we mean next recording.
Yeah. And here we go. go.
It's our first Deadlander.
And the worst
Beta?
Deadlander. Yep, beta. The one who is in the air and will never come down.
Yep.
And will never be affected by any status effect.
Nope. It is weak to ice, though.
It will at least take extra damage to ice. Which is why we're gonna ice rain on its entire parade.
Mm-hmm. It's got 110 resist to freeze and sleep. But, surprisingly, it can be poisoned and numbed.
Alas, this is not a numbing build.
No.
There's just not enough support for that in the game.
Nah. Probably for good reason, honestly.
Yeah. Thankfully, poison doesn't kill.
Yes. Man, that floating sea cucumber sucks.
Yeah, all of its attacks are bad. Which is why I really don't have much choice but to just ice rain. Anything else would take too long. It needs to die quickly.
Needs to be extremely dead.
It would also help if I taunted first.
Yep. Such is life.
Such is life. Love blocking for 0.
Apparently Deadlander Alpha has like a full 3D model in the game.
I can kind of see that. It's kind of an amalgamation of 3D and 2D bits.
Yeah. The 3D model looks like distinctly different. It's the same like shape and design, but like it looks off.
Yeah.
In a good way. And that's Deadlander Gamma.
Yup. Not as much of a threat, but still, like, I mean, it's 46 health, all that beef.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is why, like, I stopped that one run and went back and gave Leif another HP plus, because, like, I need to be able to cast Ice Rain. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't mentioned this, but I made Leif a vampire so that he gets at least a little bit of health back from each of his casts.
Yeah, that's also important, I think.
It's not proportional, it's basically like if it hits anyone you get 1 HP back, but that's a discount, you know? That's still effectively you get, it costs 1 less. Also, this is like,
Yep.
This is where I start bringing out the items.
Yep, first item used.
Because, like,
I think it was the first item used.
well, also because I don't have any other option for reviving Kabbu, and Kabbu died, so.
Yeah, Kabbu is key in multiple areas. I didn't notice that Kabbu, wow, 5 damage. Jesus.
Yeah, if he doesn't have last block on, it's dire.
Yeah. I didn't notice that Kabbu sometimes does the taunt animation, like, during the enemy attack phase.
Yeah, it's one of his idols. There we go.
Hooray, it's dead.
And that's basically what everything's been building up to. All the planning, all the build up is everything is just like, how do we deal with the gosh darn Deadlanders?
Deadlanders. How do we deal with these assholes?
That's what every part of this has been about, because, like, at this point, I knew I could get to 49.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these guys.
The golden seedlings. They have an unknown defense and 6 HP.
Because they only take one damage per action, period.
Yep. Luckily, you have 2 actions with which to hit them.
I can deal 5 damage to these guys. And I'm just sitting here being like, what the hell do I do?
Yep.
How bad is this gonna get? Especially if they hit Kabbu.
can just imagine playing through the game, getting to this point without ever having encountered the golden seedlings and just being like, what? Ew. What?
I had forgotten that I had thought for so long on this first turn. But I know why.
Yep.
Oh, of course. Oh, right. Kabbu does nothing, so his damage doesn't count.
Yep.
We prefer that they run.
Mm-hmm.
Although, thank goodness for first plating.
Yeah.
But, like, don't really want them to hit Kabbu if at all possible.
Yeah. I have never seen Kabbu's failed attack animation.
Ah!
Oof.
Boy, don't you love taking double-digit damage?
Yeah. In a game where 2 damage is a lot, double digits is just astoundingly terrible.
Base 9, modified by defense.
Oof.
Oh, base 9 plus harder plus hardest.
Mm-hmm.
And then -2 defense. So yeah, 13.
Yep.
So yeah, this was the big, like, I'm so nervous going into this. Do I spend a dinner to make sure that we're all tip-top shape?
Knees weak, palms are sweaty.
Angle just
remember the rest.
wear down.
Quick, get rid of the big one first.
Yup. Alas, I've only got 1 action left, and yeah, might as well I can just do nothing. Wasn't able to rush it down in 1.
All you can do. You just have to block everything forever.
Again, thank goodness poison doesn't kill.
Yeah, that is ideal. Quick V, share your dinner.
Yeah, it's like the one time you use a Queen's dinner for this.
You're so close to the end.
So
There's only 20 minutes to go.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm thinking, alright, so I think I can avoid doing the taunt here, because if I Ice Rain, you take care of him in 2, and then just rain the rest down on him for maximum efficiency.
Yeah. Come on. Then it goes underneath. It does this. I hate how it digs.
Yeah, it's, I hate it too.
Freaking... Oh, what are those gang worms called that live in the ocean? I think Wiglet's based off of.
Ugh.
Some kind of eel.
How dare you?
There's also like some kind of mollusk version. I don't know. These things are very clearly based off like ocean animals.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they're weak to ice. It's they got like the plant fungus thing going on, but they're also ocean critters, what are trapped on land.
Yeah.
Clearly, this means that the setting of bug Fables is Florida.
Uh-oh. No wonder it's so dangerous.
Oh, goodness.
So yeah, round 50, two gammas.
2 gammas.
Spaced just far enough apart that I can't quite hit them both at the same time.
Yep.
Which is super annoying.
Yep.
But there's no betas here, so I'm actually feeling much better about this.
Yeah. They don't have an AoE.
Like, truly,
just have...
that one time of just, like, getting stunned and then getting the balloon drop was just such bad luck.
Yeah.
To truly decimate my entire party.
Yeah, that struck me as, like, insult and injury. Oh, look! A taunt that went untaunted.
Yeah, because I ran out of TP.
Yep. Timing on those claws attacks is weird.
Not as weird as you'd expect. It's just like there's a bit of a delay, and that's about it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like there was one of those blocks you did where it was like 1 damage, and it felt early for the block. But maybe that was just because you were on last block and I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's usually if there's like weirdness with Kabbu's numbers, it's because he's doing some last block shenanigans.
That would make sense.
Because yeah, like that's 5 because he was over the threshold.
Yeah.
But anyway, after the nastiness of the Deadlander waves, we're finally starting to get back to equilibrium here.
Yeah. Just made it to the end, only had to use like 3, maybe 4 items.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Didn't even have to pull out the aforementioned gun. The metaphorical gun, absolutely, but the actual gun, no. You know, thinking about it, this strat is kind of like the culmination of every other strat that was tried.
Yeah, it's favorite one, and yeah.
Deep Taunt Kabbu and the Ice Fall.
Yay, the team ribbon!
Yay!
We've completely cleared the Cave of Trials, unlocked random mode, we're never coming back.
Error warning.
Say hello to Tangy Bug, everybody. Because I kept the requisite amount of tangy berries in my inventory.
Yes.
And it's the hardest version.
Yeah. He just flies in the air. The greatest of ease.
He has the same quality as the final boss, where attacks can launch him back into the air.
Fun!
Yeah, it's great.
Did he take any damage? Oh, I guess you gotta spy him before you can actually know if he's taking any damage.
I'm pretty sure you can't spy him.
What?
Yeah, you cannot spy him.
Weird.
You, if I was wearing the spy specs, I would be able to read his HP and whatnot, but I did not equip that.
I don't know why you would. Seems like a waste of time.
So yeah, he's got like 99 HP by default and like 4 defense, and that's on normal mode.
Oh boy.
So, yeah. And he, basically steals attacks from like 12 different enemies in the game.
Wow.
The UI can't even comprehend the nature of Tangy Bug.
Oh my gosh. So,
Yeah.
did you... Apparently, the original version of Tangy Bug, the original way to summon him, was going to be even worse. You had to finish the game. You had to finish the Cave of Trials on hard mode, have both the Tangy Berry and the Orange Horn in your inventory, and not use heals.
Yeah, that sounds real stupid. Considering how hard it is to get to this point anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, that almost wiped out the party.
Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, he actually has, like, he's weak to ice. He is extremely weak to poison and sleep, which feels very appropriate for something based off Tangerine.
Yeah, the fact that he's vulnerable to status effects is like the one chink in the armor they left in there.
Yeah. It also looks like no stat bonuses for hard mode.
Oh, no, not even for hardest, or
doesn't look like it.
They keep dying. So yeah, we're at the point now where any AoE just knocks out the entire party.
Yeah. Cannot with AoEs.
So speaking of that, recovery spiral.
Yep. AoEs are owies.
So here I am trying to figure out how to make the Gaul useful, because even with his 4 attack, or her 4 attack, just cannot get through that armor. Alright, everybody up.
Shake that miracle.
Definitely need TP to get through. And Leif needs to survive a turn.
Yep.
Basically, we need to get back on deep taunt, because otherwise I can't keep reviving Leif forever.
Yeah.
Leif is the only one who can deal like real damage to him, so I need to have the party up and have deep taunt back in action.
Yep.
And then supported with some pincering. That might actually be strictly the higher damage of the two, but Frigid Coffin value is also good.
Yeah. Again, static damage.
He also has a drain attack for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, he stole that straight from Monsieur Scarlet.
I think that might be technically from like the wizard robe enemies, but just from the way it swoops in, kind of like them. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure out if any of these ribbons will do anything at this point.
Well, I mean, theoretically the poison one or the sleep one would work the best, but I don't think you can bite something to sleep.
And I don't know if it even counts if you don't deal any damage in the first place.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know if that check actually happens without damage.
That's a great point.
I could be wrong, but based off my rudimentary testing so far.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to check that in the system.
At any rate, I'm just kind of assuming at this point that the Gaul,
apparently the way it works is that, Chompy gets a move that lets, or the Gaul gets a move that lets her do that. That's separate from the bite, is what I'm reading on here.
I don't know if that's,
Or at least it costs TP, is what it says. So.
Does it?
I guess we'll see what.
Oh, there might actually be a special move button that I just missed.
Yeah, it's like it. Because it's how often does it come into play? Oh.
No, yeah, I've never used it. So I think that also might be like a patch behavior change.
Possibly. I guess they realized that, hey, perhaps God, this is so terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, good. Now I'm taunted. I can't. I can't do anything this turn.
Thank God for last defense.
Yeah, last stand is proving its value and then some.
only we knew how much longer there was.
Yeah, that's the terrifying thing about this fight for me is like, spoiler alert, I've never done this before. This was my first time going in blind.
Wow.
So I had no idea. And yes, after all of that, finally beating the hardest cave of trials for the first time, I had no idea when or if this was going to end.
Honestly, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of why I've been so insistent on showing this whole thing, because it makes this...
Oh no, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely worth it.
Oh yeah, I totally missed there's a special attack icon for the Gaul now with the status ribbon. Alright, you know what? I learned something in post by watching my game footage, so you know what?
Yeah, successful rewatch, I guess.
Yeah.
Will it come in handy for the final bosses? Who knows?
Probably not, but I mean
Probably not.
Although the fact that the Gaul has now has a dedicated status move might actually make certain things more worthwhile.
Yeah. Especially because it's the status move that doesn't require badge points.
Yeah. It just requires changing the ribbon.
Yeah, I
could see like having that plus V's status needles being pretty effective.
What was I gonna say? The only two that the Gaul ribbons that the Gaul can have that don't have a special move at least listed are the teamwork ribbon and the pretty ribbon.
I guess I just never really investigated them enough.
Yeah. The team ribbon recovers a TP every time Chompy does damage.
Yeah. But again, he has to do damage.
Yeah. And then the other ones are Drowsy Ribbon is sleep, and then the Shocking Ribbon, and then the Venom Ribbon is poison, obviously. And it's a chance to deal 2 damage for 3 TP, except for the poison one, which is only 2 TP for some reason.
Okay, so it's not super cheap, but...
No, but it's badgeless, which I think is the bigger factor.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Kabbu!
And that's my last miracle shake.
Uh-oh!
That's the last revive of Kabbu I get.
Yep. Hope it's enough.
Yep.
Just because I know it's enough doesn't mean I'm not terrified.
I just want y'all to understand how bad... Oh, right, he also has this move. God.
Yep.
Damn.
It's the bandit move that we have been stressing about multiple times.
I'm just so done with this guy.
Yes. Understandable. I mean, look at him. So round.
He wouldn't make a good marketable plushie at all.
Not at all. He wouldn't have a marketable plushie at 110% funding that closes in 16 days as of this recording.
Battle against a marketable plushie.
Oh, that was my favorite section of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. My friend has been playing that and sending me updates, and boy howdy is that game just as crazy as the previous one, and I love it.
I'm doing my best to just avoid spoilers because I don't have a PS5.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, is that it? That's it!
Yeah! 0 exploration points!
0 exploration points.
Push rock!
Push rock.
I can't believe we got threatened by the roach. 7 attempts, 1 completion.
Yep. One medal left in the entire goddamn world.
Mm-hmm. Oh goodness. Do you know what the push rock code does?
I do know what it does.
Perfect.
Turns literally every sprite in the world into Tangerine.
Not every, just almost.
Almost every, yeah. The ones that can get away with.
Yes. Do you know what? Yeah, it's all of them except for the 3D models, Cerise and Skirby, and of course.
And now we have a Tangy Berry up on the shelf.
Yeah. And of course, Tangerine himself and the Tangy Bug are replaced by Kabbu.
And that's that.
Hooray!
So yeah, that was my Cave of Trials ordeal. Thank you for watching.
It's great to be here.
Thank you for supporting me through this. Never doing that again. That was great. That sucked.
Well,
Goodbye.
That's the joy of it. You don't have to.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Have a great night, y'all.
Thanks for this.
You have no one to thank but yourself, Spud.